Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. This is the first meditation of 3 from the series of Loving Your Gut and Food Attachment. You can find the full podcast at candicewu.com/food. In this guided exploration, I'll lead you through revealing your ancestry's story around food, the meanings around food, and the connections with food. During this meditation, I will support you and guide you through with my words as well as pauses so that you can have the time to be held in this space and energy while exploring. And if at any time it feels overwhelming or a bit too much, just take a pause, let it go, open your eyes, and just notice something pleasurable around you to ground yourself in here and now. And whenever you feel like it, come back to this exercise or just take little bites at a time. All of the breaks will help with metabolizing this experience as well. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position. Feel free to close your eyes or look down, whichever is more comfortable. And take a moment to just release all of the past, anything that's happened up until this moment. Release all of the future. Let yourself align to this present moment in time. And I'll lead you through this exploration by asking several questions with pauses in between. And with each question, I invite you to feel into your sense by imagining, feeling, seeing, and noticing any emotions or sensations in the body. You might hear words or thoughts. Just notice all of your experience and take everything as information, even if you experience nothing at all. And the difference between thinking about it and analyzing it versus noticing it, staying in a calm space, and just letting any information come to you is more of a passive process where you just receive and notice versus an active process of thinking. So as you deepen in your presence right here and now, notice your body, just sensing all of the outlines of your body, your breath, where your hips are sitting on the floor or chair, and letting yourself be supported by what's underneath you, as well as earth below you. Let your breath reach all the way down to your belly, your hips, your legs, your knees, your ankles, and feet. Now we open to inviting the soul of your ancestry, all of the people in your ancestry, in the highest order and highest light. We invite them to be here with full respect and honoring. And as you open to all of your family members, your parents, your grandparents, great-grandparents, and anyone behind them, aunts and uncles, Start to sense what your body feels, what your emotions are, any sensations happening on the inside, any movements or images that come with it. And now add the additional aspect of physical food. In whatever symbol food comes into you, it might be the kinds of foods that you typically eat in your family or have eaten, or just some symbol that can hold the energy and story of food through your family system. And just let food come in almost as if it's embodied. It has life, it's able to move, and also give information. And as you notice food in the picture, sense how the family may be drawn towards the food. Be open and curious. Again, everything is information. And just notice what kinds of food this family is drawn to, when, what it looks like when food is in the picture. How much food, how little. Was it full and abundant in general, or lacking? Were there changes around that through the family lineage? If you go all the way back, as far back as you can, 7 generations or even farther, just allow yourself to receive a sense, an impression of what the relationship to food was all the way back. And as you comb down the line closer towards yourself, notice what happens. Notice what happens in yourself and what you sense in your picture, in your mind. Now, open the idea of food to a broader meaning. Food as nourishment on all levels. That's relationally with love, connection, and kindness, or joy and experiencing pleasure, or anything that was fed in through the senses that might be unpleasurable. Notice what emotions were fed in the system, what emotions were coming down from the line of the ancestry. Sense into what may be conscious as well as unconscious, where people seemed one way, but perhaps underneath there was another feeling. Is there a sense of any emotion as you pause in each generation, either going from you towards your parents and farther back, or the other way around, coming from as far back as you can, just walking the field of your ancestry forward? Notice what your family system is hungry for. If you open the definition of the word hunger to anything that you desire or crave, anything that you want deeply, What did people in your family deeply ache for? What do you ache for? What are you hungry for? And now take a moment and imagine for your family system whatever it is hungry for. Perhaps that's as a whole or to specific people in your sense. Imagine that they can receive right here and now the things that they're hungry for, that they really desire and yearn for. Whatever it is, from wherever or whoever, allow your family to receive that. And then allow that experience to trickle down to you and see how that feels inside of you. Noticing your emotions, your body sensations, movements, your sense. Be curious about anything that shows up. And take as long as you need to sense into what your family system is hungry for and what it needs. Feel the difference as your family receives what it needs, what it might have missed out on, what it craves. Perhaps that's safety or love, acknowledgement, honor, compassion, whatever it is. Consider it as medicine for the ancestry. Giving the food that your family craved. And when you're ready, check in with yourself to notice, what is it that you are hungry for? Is it the same as what your family needed? Are you hungry for freedom or presence, love? What are you aching for? And whatever that is, imagine receiving that as well, whether that's from your ancestry, from the people in your family, or just dropping down from the sky. Sort of an energetic homeopathy coming down to give you exactly what you're wishing for. And notice what it would feel like to receive this. Notice what happens inside your body, your breath, your sense of being in your body, and any emotions you feel. How your body holds itself. And let yourself integrate and digest this feeling by just staying with it and giving your awareness. And now just take a moment to honor everything that came through for you, anything you sensed, felt, or saw, any insight or wisdom, and even anything that seemed challenging or distressing. Just take a moment and again see your ancestry behind you, everyone in order, from your parents, your grandparents, great-grandparents, and farther back, as far back as you can imagine. And just coming back to our original exploration of noticing how this family connects and relates to food. This time, both physical food and food on all levels of nourishment. Food in terms of what the experiences, sounds, smells, and tastes are that everyone took in. And this time, just expanding it even farther to any experiences that your family has gone through that might have been challenging, traumatic, distressing, as all of that is food as well. And take a moment to notice where in the ancestry something was disrupted, like a connection or a reaching out from one to another, or an imbalance in a relationship, an upset, perhaps tragic experiences like war, immigration, betrayal or abuse, disconnection in any way. Just noticing upsetting or challenging experiences as also food that was fueling into the system or came from the system of your family. And notice which experiences are digested, resolved, where people are at peace with it. Notice which experiences seem unintegrated or unfinished, silenced perhaps, where nobody talked about it or wanted to face it. You may have a sense of something happening, but not know mentally what was there. And again, just taking that as information and allowing yourself to stay curious with it. And as you sense down the line towards you, notice what you've inherited in your family lineage. What food, what nourishment, what upsetting experiences or emotions perhaps have you been handed because they were unfinished? Notice if there's any pain that you're connected to with someone farther back behind you. And also notice nourishment in terms of loving and safe connection with people behind you that you receive from. Love and strength, resource, knowledge. Allow yourself to notice all of what's coming your way. And for now, you can either choose to just acknowledge what's here and honor all that's here with you, or you can choose to leave those experiences that belong to your family system, to certain members of your family or the whole, and just receive the best of your family at the moment. Receive the gifts and the love and the resource. Just the very best. And imagine feeling a sense of gratitude for all that you receive that's good. We can respect and love our family members by leaving their experiences with them and not repeating or taking on what's not ours. So release anything that isn't yours back to who it belongs to or where it belongs. You can do so by imagining whatever that energy is in terms of an object or a color of light, and just letting it send back to whoever it belongs to. Notice the experience in your own body as you release that, or as you honor your family members with their own experiences and story. And however it is that they related to physical food, you can also take or leave what you'd like. If there are certain dynamics or relationships to food, food addiction, or abusing food in a way, or not caring what foods were eaten, physical foods, feel free to leave any of those ways behind. And just receive the good in terms of how food is related to ways that food was a part of your relationships or experiences that were pleasurable or nourishing. And receive just the very best of your relationship with food from the family ancestry. And again, just tuning into what you sense in your own body, any emotion, sensation in the body, sense of openness or contraction, your breath or feeling of groundedness. Take a few more breaths to let all of this integrate, noticing anything that's there and letting it happen even more. And now thank your family ancestry once more. Just thanking all of the members of your family for being here and being here in this light and love. No matter what emotions came up or experiences came up. And just take the time to ground yourself in your own presence. Give any movement that your body would like, a stretch if you need. And as you open your eyes, sense your surroundings. And just receive your connection with anything that looks pleasurable around you. Notice that you're here in the present moment. Take in any sounds or smells or the taste of the air. And thank yourself for doing this exploration. You've just explored pretty deeply the experiences of your ancestry around food, physical food, as well as any experiences that they've taken in that you are sensing today, or that are living in your body, in your energy, or in the soul of your family. Don't worry if nothing came to you, because this practice deepens over time and you become more and more sensitive and aware. And sometimes nothing's there. Or that on a given day, nothing's ready to be seen. And if anything was challenging or overwhelming for you, I encourage you to reach out to a loved one or a friend or a healer or a therapist I'm always available in case you'd like to reach out to me. And just take a few more minutes with yourself to just rest and honor yourself for the work that you've done today, the emotional work, the work of digesting what's in the family system that's been inherited and what's in you. So I'll leave you with just a few moments of silence and then some music to close. And I invite you to join me for the next 2 healing experientials, which will be about cravings, working with cravings, as well as having a conversation with your gut for gut health and connection. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.